Hi, Aquarius, and welcome to your career and money read for the next 3 months, April, May, and June. All right. So let's hop into this and we're going to see what is important for you to be aware of as it pertains to your money, career, and finance. We're going to use the heavy hitters, the transparent AF deck. Okay, guys. This is, will give us a picture of what is happening within the next 3 months. I'm going to timestamp this so you could always come back easily to this and check the timestamp and kind of see where you're at and what has happened and then see how that resonates with you, okay? All right, guys, note your comments below, smash that like button and subscribe, and let's jump into this. So what is coming out for Aquarius in the month of April 2022? What does Aquarius need to know most? And by the way, guys, I shuffled, was trying this 5 times to kind of get your readout, and there was always some sort of distraction that was coming into play. So, this is really about keeping your calm in terms of any sort of distractions that are coming through here. But most importantly, what I got is something about how you should move forward, okay? Here's what I mean by that. Currently, right now, you are presently living the life that you have chosen to live by doing what you know how to do and being the person that you know how to be right now. Okay. Now this is changing because you're making some sort of decision to move in a different direction, to do something different. And this is what I'm getting for a lot of Aquarians. And this is about not being able to do the same way that you did before. So, how you do something, all right, how you do it, it's a new how that you've got to implement as opposed to the old how, right? And so, because you've been focusing a lot on like maybe how things should maybe look like, you can't see what is unrecognizable, the how that the universe wants to bring forth to you. Okay, so this is about having faith and to shift your focus off of the past, right, and move it towards new opportunities, a new way of doing things versus the old way of doing things. Okay, and this is going to help create this brand new reality for you. Okay. All right, guys, so this is what I've got in the pre-shuffle, so note your comments. But here we go for Aqua in the month of April. What is going on for Aqua? What is the picture that really wants to reveal itself for the month of April 2022 for Aquarius in their work, money, and finance? What do we get? Okay, there we go. So let's go ahead and start here. Okay, you put this aside. All right, so what do we get here? So we have got, what do we have here? This is the 5. Interesting. You know what this is? This is a major arcana, guys. So you've got a major arcana coming out of the gate here. Okay, so this to me talks about Hierophant energy. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to put these aside because you need to see this on a white background, all right? So this is important. So take a look. This is the Hierophant energy, okay? This is like that ancient oak tree, right? It's strong, its branches, really focus on moving towards the heavens. And this is about really established and conventional ways of doing something, right? Remember how we talked about the how? There's going to be conventional ways of doing things, and there's going to be some other ways, right? The established way, and then but this is saying is that this is about really focusing in on the life's, almost like with this oak tree, the many events that this oak tree has witnessed, right? All the events that you've witnessed in your life that has brought you here today, and how we could benefit from that knowledge, right? There's wisdom in this tree, just like there's wisdom in you, right? And, the teacher of wisdom, really comes from Earth herself. And so it's really about to listen and attend to what the Hierophant can tell us. So if we look at ancient wisdom and then we look at what we've learned within our life, there is knowledge to be shared, right? And so there is about this is about maybe some sort of spirituality that is maybe a higher connection. Some of you are in the spiritual world, and fives also has to do with the fifth house to talk about creativity. It has to do with entertainment, pleasures, romance, children even as well. But fives are also about some sort of adversity, right? So you're helping with adversity in terms of and going to spirituality to help you with that. So some of you might be healers, some of you might be readers, some of you again are really really focused on not just the new way of doing things too. Take the wisdom that you've already learned from that you've already learned how to do, right? And this is saying, and use those positive aspects of that to catapult you into their next step in terms of what you're doing, okay? Because I get the Hierophant energy, which causes us to step back and look at our beliefs and our traditions in terms of what we think of how we should make money and how we should work and all of that, right? So you're looking at that, right? So this is an opportunity about a teacher advisor that's going to appear. This is also saying is that it might be time to be a teacher yourself, okay? So for some of you, that could be a message that's coming through, okay? You've reached a level where you're ready. It's kind of like Aqua. You've reached a level where you're ready to share your experience with others, right? And it's about. It reminds us to keep our feet on the ground, especially with this Hierophant energy. But this is translating what you've learned to those that are around you. Not being a dictator, but being, always being a student of wisdom that wants to share. Okay, so that's what I feel that is coming through for you here. Okay, so this is all about keeping your feet on the ground. Don't get too stubborn or stuffy or anything, but always be trustworthy and focus on honoring the ancient wisdom that you have and that you've learned. Be patient to listen to others as you continue to teach. This is what's going through. Some of you are born teachers, okay? And the next card that I get here is the 20 card. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is another major arcana. And this is really talking about judgment. There's going to be a judgment that's going to be made. It's like you review your tradition and beliefs, and then you go forward and you're making some sort of judgment, right? So in this is like the phoenix, right? So let me make this so you can kind of see this a little bit better, okay? So this is the phoenix, right? This is, it's almost like a fiery angel that awakes from the dead, right? That blasts his trumpet. And this is about redemption and rebirth. There, you have visited something. You are rebirthing. You're not doing something the old way. It's being new, and you're moving towards what it is that you want. It's almost like it's you're moving from the ashes. Glorious Phoenix is reborn, a new cycle. This is a new cycle. There's a brand new sense of energy you have for yourself in the month of April. Use it, Aqua. Use it, okay? And that's what this is talking about, okay? There's a reluctance sometimes too when you get this card, Aqua, that there's a reluctance to perhaps like let go of the past. But this is saying it wants you to let go of the past, that's going to be super, super key, okay? So, and move into this new life. Again, getting back to the very beginning, an old way of doing something and a new way of doing something, but that's what comes into play, okay? So with this new life is new confidence, the rising above, to step into that, whatever it may be, and to be unafraid of the judgments of others, okay? Be strong enough. Remember back at the Hierophant, put your feet on the earth, right? Keep your feet on the ground. So this is what's coming through. It's a 20 card. It reduces to a 2, and it has to do with resources, self-esteem, your attitudes, your material and security, possessions. So this has to do with wealth. This is a way of really focusing in on it's kind of like the phoenix, they burn a nest, right? It's kind of like they are their nest of the phoenix burns away its old self and allows a new life to emerge, and that's what this talks about, okay? So this is what is coming into play. Now the next card that I get, and we'll see how this relates to this, but whatever it is you're doing in terms of work, an old way of doing is being thrown out the window, but you're taking that wisdom with you and that knowledge, and what great wisdom of the past that has served you, but you're not going to live in the past, you're rising above. And then I get the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is power, victory, and clarity coming through here. Okay, power, victory, and clarity. So this is an opportunity, guys. This is an opportunity to really move forward. And it's an opportunity to kind of move into the direction that what it is that you want. This is being very curious. This is being, you might be getting, I don't know. I mean, to me, it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like the Ace of Swords. This is what I'm getting: power, victory, and clarity coming through. So whatever it is that you're not sure what you think that you should go about doing, this is saying is that it wants you to move forward and definitely do it. I mean, this is what I'm getting here. So if you put all of these together, wow, look at this one. Some of you, look at your picture for the month of April, all right? You're standing strong like the mighty oak. You're rising above like the phoenix. You receive some sort of power, victory, and clarity. This is about taking the sword and being strong and to be able to move forward, but cut out what isn't working for you anymore, but to bring on the new. Look, it's pointing towards the phoenix's head when you put all these cards together. This is your picture for the month of April, all right? So this is what it wants you to do, all right? Move forward. Don't be too opinionated or hasty. Be that mighty oak tree. What's going to help you in this process? Let's ask let's bring forth another card here for the month of April, okay, and what this is, okay? What do we get? Confidence. Ooh, this is the confidence to move forward, to stand on the ground, root chakra, and communicate with throat chakra of things, something of matters of the heart, something that you're expressing, right? Something that you really enjoy and have got a passion for. So it's saying there's a new sense of confidence within you to move forward. Start a business, up level your business, find a new way to do what you have done so you can shift something out a little bit, okay? Anything else in the month of April that we get here? It's going to bring you prosperity. If you're wondering how you're going to do it or what it's going to look like, remember, have faith. Have faith in terms of moving forward. Focus on having faith and the new opportunities, and off of the past, off of the old way of doing things, because you want that new reality, right? So remember that your fortune is in your faith. Okay, there you go. That is the month of April. Let's go ahead and jump into the month of May for Aquarius. What is coming for Aquarius? Guys, note your comments below. And like I said, we're going to timestamp these so you're going to get an idea. All right, so what is coming up in the month of May for Aquarius? Work, money, and finance. What do we get? Okay, so here we go. All right. And we'll take these one by one as we go through. All right, so let's put this aside. Spirit's being most transparent with us, so we're going to see what we've got here, okay? So we get the Five of Pentacles. Wow. Now this is your fifth house that has to do with a lot of creativity. So some of you are starting creative projects, might have to do with entertainment. It is creating something new. Even it might have to do with romance as well. But in this read here, what I'm getting is that it's kind of like that there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity to almost look at something differently. This is about getting out of that way of thinking of the old past, of poverty, of worry, or feeling left out in any sort of way, okay? And some of you, this is what's coming into play. The next card that we get, I gotta read them kind of all together because I want to see what wants to come up here. What do we get here? Oh, okay, so interesting. Wait, here we go. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it's hard to read these. Okay, gotcha. Okay. So the next card that we get coming through here is allowing an opportunity. It's almost like it's like the hangman. Okay, is what I feel here. It's almost to me, it comes out almost like as if it's like the hangman. And in this particular deck, what this talks about is an opportunity to see things from a different perspective, okay? It is an opportunity for that. And I'm going to move this out of the way so you can kind of see it. It's like a leaf that's just hanging there by itself, right? So it's kind of like really focused on that, right? It's like a leaf hanging by the branch, you know? And this is, it teaches us something about a self-sacrifice of some sort. But the wisdom that from this can be guided to create change. Okay, so this is an opportunity to test your endurance and be willing to do that. Be willing to test your endurance, Aqua. Okay, and don't deny yourself the things, the everyday luxuries, and give your spiritual selves, kind of time to reflect and to do what it is that you need to do to uncover these gems of truth so you can emerge like this butterfly being transformed. Kind of like that phoenix that we saw coming through there. So really focus on, knowing that there is, it's kind of like through meditation and spiritual journeying, you bring about the knowledge, right? And so that's what this is saying. It's like it's almost as if you're going to sitting in some sort of darkness that allows the shadows to come in and waiting to see what's going to emerge. Okay. So it's almost like a caterpillar, going into the darkness and then being able to, become a symbol of transformation and enlightenment, which is really what happens. Okay, so this is really beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so this is about sharing your wisdom with the world. All right, and it could be that to look at something in a different way. It's about putting an end again to this old way of thinking and into a new way of thinking. Pentacle energy. Okay, so Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. All right. So yeah, that's kind of what I see that's coming into play here. All right. So this is really about taking a step back from events and to see them from a detached perspective. So if you see yourself maybe getting into poverty, worry, and you're kind of worried about that, step back. Look at yourself here. Look at yourself if you're thinking that, right? And this is about try to see them from more of a detached way, right? The potential, the new sights. What can you learn by looking at that? Okay, so take time to meditate and to learn why you're thinking this way. Okay, and you've got to, because the hangman is like they've got a gift to bring to the world. There's a gift to bring to the world. All right, but then you have to take the time to see it, to see the beauty and the joy, right? To really come out into fly as a butterfly. Okay, so you might be used to and be safe doing this, but this is saying no. There's important changes that are happening. Okay. You might feel that, oh my gosh, I'm not doing anything, nothing's happening, but there's changes happening in your inner world. And so this is saying, is advising you to just let go of anything, to let events kind of take its course, rather than trying to force something to happen before it's, supposed to happen, right? So, yeah, that's what I feel is happening. And what's the next card that we get? We get the, wow, how many pentacles do we have here? 8. 8 of Pentacles. Whoa, it says you're working on whatever that is. All right, so the 8th house is to do with renewal. This has to do with transformation, a peak experience. It's like a greater depth in your interaction with others and lots of growth and change. So this is really key, guys. This is key. Just because you're recognizing. Let's just put this together and let's take a look at this, okay? So it's kind of like that, I'm trying to take a look at like what this looks like here. It's like you're sitting here seeing yourself, within this month of May, and this could be, again, in some sort of a poverty of some sort, but this is saying, I got to figure out what the card is, guys. It's so hard to remember there. Yeah, but this is saying is that you're going within. You're going within, right? And you're getting the enlightenment that you need in this process. And as you go and get the enlightenment from the branch, you're able to move forward and go ahead and work on what it is that you need to work on, and you put it into motion. So, it's not without this pause and you seeing yourself look down on this. It's almost like that cocoon in that little leaf. It's really almost like a cocoon that is going to birth into a butterfly that gets you moving towards something, but not until you've already seen yourself this way objectively. So you're changing and shifting your mindset. So anything else that wants to come out for the month of May for Aqua, what do we get? Inner power, yes. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So this is, major inner power that's coming into play. So your inner power is helping you overcome the situation, okay? So it's all about an opportunity to be able to overcome that, right? So use your inner power and source to ground you and to be able to move you forward. Anything else that wants to come through for Aqua in the month of May? You're emerging, just like we talked about, like that butterfly here. You're emerging, you're coming out, you're stepping out, you're leaning into a different way of being and doing, right? You're leaning and being flexible. But I feel that there is an emerging of yourself, a new way of being and doing. It's still moving forward within this next month here, all right? Anything else that wants to come out from the wellness cards? Let's take a look. What do we got here? Inspired action. There we go. Confirmation, guys. Inspired action. Some of you could be doing music. Some of you going to the beat of your own drum and starting something new. and it's a slow creation. You can't just, make it happen, with it, moving kind of a wave of a wand. This is saying it's going to take a little bit of time for this process, okay? But not much, because look, you're already, the prosperity is being at hand. You're creating that inner vision of you that's different from before, so you're merging and taking inspired action within the month of May much more, okay? So this could very much well be the case, okay? So some of you, really, that's what I see here. And that's what's happening within the month of May. What's happening in the month of June? What do we get in the month of June? Okay, let's take a look for Aqua, the month of June. What's important in the month of June for Aqua to be aware of? What do we have? Wow, a lot of prosperity. You're emerging. What about the month of June? What comes out? What comes into play? Okay, what else? And oh, this looks good, guys. It's good. Okay, all right. So what do we get here? Okay, so it looks like we have right here. What number card is this? It doesn't say. Oh, here we go. It's so hard to tell sometimes. Okay, so we get the 6th card. Okay, all right. So this tells me it's almost about like an opportunity. It's like you reach some sort of peak. Oh wait, hold on. This is a 9 card. Okay, this is a 9. It's hard to see, guys, sometimes. I'm going to put this aside, but I want you to see this. So it's kind of like, you kind of see like it's a mountain and it's some sort of peak that's coming through here. So you can kind of see that. And I don't know, there's kind of a little bit of yellow there, right? So what this talks about is an opportunity of the Hermit Energy. Now, the Hermit Energy talks about Virgo energy, okay? So what this is about, an opportunity for solitude and introspection. And this is, there's ancient mountains, right? And there's light that's coming from above, right? And beneath there's a cloud that the mountain kind of stands upon, and it's kind of hard to see, but you can kind of see the clouds at the bottom. You see that there? And so it's kind of hard to see. You got to have it against that white background so you can kind of see it a little bit better. But in any event, you can kind of see what this looks like. And this is really talking about a time of solitude and you really to find your own, right? Really about, the traditions. This is about getting some sort of enlightenment by, like our wisdom shining from the mountain peak. An illumination for all, to kind of follow a certain path. So you may be, reading or pursuing some sort of study of hidden self that furthers your along your path and brings brings you into something that's a little bit more fulfilling for you, right? So it could represent a life, so like a spiritual teacher or an inspirational figure. And this is because this person is being highlighted because they stand apart from normal society. You stand apart, Aqua, from normal society, okay? And that's what happens, right? It's kind of like when you're pursuing a course of study that takes you deeper into yourself and furthers you along your path. You really bring a sense of peace to yourself, right? This is, I'm trying to think what else that I could see within this. I've been putting it down here. The 9 is about a search for meaning, higher education, philosophy, maybe studying journey, religion. Maybe you're traveling. This could be the case as well, okay? They have to receive some sort of essential inspiration, and what they need to do is solitude sometimes can be strange to other people, but not you, right? It's and sometimes it can also signify you might have some sort of lack of patience, of anything that interrupts your peace. Oh my gosh, you guys. And that could very much well be the case. You might be experiencing that. Note your comments below, okay? But it is an important person, all right? Like a spiritual teacher or an inspirational figure. And this is what I'm getting, okay? The next card that we get is a Fool card, all right? I think this is the Fool card. Yeah, it's a 0 card. Fool card. Like the butterfly is transformed and flying, which brings forth a new beginning. Look at this. There's almost like this little flower that's at the bottom that you can see down there. And then the butterfly is coming through here. Wow. This is the Fool, the beginning of a brand new journey that you're on. All right. It tells us that our journey starts when we don't know, like in a void. Like, you know what I mean? the very center of ourselves. Okay, so this is about really focusing in on the wings, kind of being able to fly, right? Being able to move forward and fly. And it is an opportunity, that we've got a new beginning in each of us and how we want to go about doing that. So this could be like maybe that you to tread carefully and take a good look at where you're at right now, right? And where you're going before you make a move. Okay, take your time with any decision, because the fool reversed, can be a fool for sure. Okay, but this is saying no. This is about really moving forward. Okay, so yeah, it represents an aspect of yourself, like this great innocence who's not afraid to ask the silly question. Like, you know what? I don't know how, but I'm going to do it, right? That's exactly what we talked about at the beginning, okay? Yeah, so yeah, it's about becoming truly wise by asking questions. Woo! All right, what's the next card that comes into play? We get the Four of Wands. Yeah, Four of Wands coming through here. Fours are all about your private light, your roots, your heritage, right? So it's coming forth, coming together. Fours have to do with your psychology, psychological foundation, your subconscious patterns. I really believe that you're just changing some really different belief systems with you, and it's going through a major shift in you. So for some of you, I don't know. For some of you, you're going within some sort of enlightenment. It's gonna really make you fly. And look at this. When you put this all together, and you see the picture that you have for the month of June, you see that you are beginning to fly, right? And you're reaching for any sort of meaning here, right? And it brings in forth any sort of balance in your family roots and heritage. I really feel that whatever it is that it has to do with family for some of you, family heritage and subconscious patterns. And some of you are making this your life's teaching. Some of you have learned something from childhood than you are now, and you are putting it to work. And you're coming together, right? And there is a big pinnacle. This is the picture that it looks like you are flying to the peak of the mountain, and it's going to ground you, especially with the Four of Wands. That really talks to me about an opportunity for homecoming, a celebration, family and friends reunion. This is a reunion coming back home to you. It's like now your wings to fly. Now for some of you, you've got this great achievement that's happening here. Okay, there's a big achievement that's coming through here. It's working together, but it's also creating balance in your life, and you're changing a subconscious pattern. Okay, what else do we get? Possibilities. Yeah, this is about communicating the possibilities to others for those of you that might be teaching, or you are communicating different ways of looking at something, right? And this is also about treating yourself. Remember that celebration? I feel that you've reached some sort of, it wants you to treat yourself because of this. It wants you to treat yourself. There's been something new that has come into play. Whoa. Anything else? I'm going to pull another tarot on this to see what wants to come out. Yeah, you're putting the end to something that no longer, this is a final end, and kind of shutting the door. 10 of Swords, which is the end of an old way of thinking, of reasoning in the mind. That is what the 10 is all about. It is about, it's like achievement. You've received some sort of achievement, and it's created some sort of vocation, or it's because it's the career that you're in, and that's what brings you to. And then we get the King of Cups. Whatever this ending is, it balances out your emotions. It balances. This is a King of Cups, is authority of one's emotions. It's because you put an end to something, and you saw it trace through, right? And you worked your way through it. But I think you guys are making a lifelong, perhaps a career out of it, all right? But it's about balancing your emotions, and perhaps even working with others in terms of doing that, okay, is what's coming through here. And the Seven of Wands is, being in charge, being kind of like that leader, and being able to overcome any sort of subconscious things that might be standing in your way. You're at higher ground. You have the secret. You come to learn to fly from the previous month, and you've transformed because you took inspired action, and here you are. So you guys, I got to tell you, as it relates to career, money, and finance, a lot of you are doing your life's purpose. And it is having to do, some of you could be involved. Let's just take a look at anything that might want to come out. What do we have? A healer. Some of you are healers, okay? It is coming through here, okay? You have a spiritual gift and a desire to share it with others. So some of you are healers that are coming through here. And some of you could be tarot readers, but it could be oracle card readers to give guidance to yourself and others. And some of you are shifting energy, okay? Your natural energy abilities are part of the important purpose. And this is what I feel that has been a continuation since April, May, and then we have the month of June. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Note your comments below. Sending you lots of love and light. Namaste.